Hey, and welcome to the Mainspring. Hey, Ken, how you going, mate?
How's everybody? Good, yourself?
How's everybody going? Oh, I've got an echo.
You got an echo? You shouldn't have an echo. Have you got YouTube open? Rookie
yes.
mistake.
Rookie mistake.
Yes.
Is that better?
Say hello to everybody, and that's better. Well, you would have the echo. I can't hear it. I can't hear any echo. So.
Oh, okay. Well, how you been, mate? All right?
Can't complain. Still kicking.
I've still got an echo. I'm not sure what's going on.
You haven't got YouTube open at all? I mean, I've got my earpiece in, so there shouldn't be an echo. Is it echo? Are people getting echo in chat?
Yeah, is anybody getting an echo?
I don't have YouTube open. I've got my earpiece in. No echo on streams. That's just you, Scratchy.
Just me getting the echo. Oh, fantastic.
Just you getting an echo.
Well,
you deal with that, anyway. And I'll say hello to everyone.
Yeah, if you can say hello to everybody, and I'll try to work out the echo.
Yep. So good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. Mental Jock is saying nice. Have a great show, boys. So Mental Jock is on a plane with his wife on his way to Bali to celebrate their wedding. Steb Nelly's in. Cheers. Archie has said nice on Scratchy. Great vid. And then it was myself. Bill's in. G'day, Bill. And we got Shoe Kitty. Meow. No echo on echo. And you're welcome. Everyone remember to lick the like and like the lick. And sure, it doesn't taste like a Rolex. Thank God. Yeah, that's a good point. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, everybody. I'm going to do that myself. Done. So we got 3 people watching and 3 likes. Oh, we got 4 people watching. So we should have 4 likes soon. So we do have a couple of topics to discuss once Scratchy comes back. And obviously, Jock's not going to be coming on. He might be able to pop in, but he's currently in the air on his way to Bali. What's up, Seb? You already sloshed already? What are you drinking, Seb?
Yeah.
All right, Scratchy. How's your echo now?
No, I've still got it. I don't know why.
You still got it? So you haven't got YouTube open? Well, you've muted YouTube.
YouTube's muted.
Okay.
So everyone, this is the learning curve.
Yep. Have you got any other browsers open? You've only got the couple of tabs because you got YouTube, so you can give people stuff. And
there you go. How's that?
StreamYard. Well, I can't hear an echo. You're the only one that's hearing it. So.
Yep. No, that's better. I've done it. All
right.
Look at me.
What was it?
I'm a computer whiz. I had another tab open.
There you go. So you had 2 copies of StreamYard or 2 copies of...
2 copies of
YouTube open.
Of the YouTube open. So
too many modules.
Yes, too many modules. I'm still learning. It's all new to me. Hey, Sugar Kitty.
That's all good.
Seb Nelly, Bill.
Oh, he's on the Powers John Lane 12. Redacted. Nice.
Oh, Archie Luxury. How you going, Arch?
You know. Arch
and obviously we've got Mental Jock I don't think he's actually watching at the moment, but he's out. He's out with his lovely wife on an anniversary trip to Bali. Lucky devil.
In the air.
We got a couple of shots, didn't we, Ken, from him and his I'd say it'd be business class or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like business class, and he was quite happy that he was able to lay back and make it turn into a bed, and he knows that one of his mates is actually flying the plane, so he got to go in the cockpit.
Yes, he showed us some pictures.
That's
of
pretty
a
rare.
cockpit.
That's pretty rare these days to be able to get access to a cockpit, so he's pretty lucky on that one.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure the lovely wife had some pull about that.
Yes,
since she works for the airlines.
Yeah, and his pilot is one of his good mates, so yeah, he's definitely got some pull there.
Yeah, that's the way to travel. Thanks for everybody coming on and coming to see the show. The last show was really good. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, so we thought we'd do it again. Unfortunately, we just haven't been able to schedule around having Ken and Mental Jock on at the same stream, but we'll get there.
No, it will happen.
It'll happen, mate. You know, at some point.
Eventually.
So what's happening with everybody? I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Saturday night. Seb, I'm sure you're drinking a nice bottle of dram or scotch.
Yeah, he's on the redacted.
He's on the redacted.
We call the drink.
Oh, yes.
We call it redacted because we don't want anyone to know about that one because it's a damn good drink. So we just call it redacted.
Oh, that's the code name, is it? Redacted.
Yeah, that's the code word. Yep, everyone knows that's the code word. So Seb knows the code word.
Right. Well, Seb, my knowledge is. Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, my knowledge of scotch is I call it scotch, and then every other day I call it whiskey, and Ken gets cranky with me.
Well, scotch is whiskey, but whiskey's not scotch.
Yeah. So,
like that. Well, this is actually redacted's Irish, so there you go. There's another one for you.
Another category that I don't know.
But it's all whiskey. It's all whiskey. That's all you need. You just say it's whiskey, and you're fine. You're covered.
Once I'll tell you all. Once Ken said to me, "Why don't you have you got any scotch in the cupboard?" And I said, "Actually, I got a scotch in the cupboard. I'll go and get one." Then I told him it was Red Label Johnny Walker, and he was disgusted at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after I drank it, I was disgusted with me because it was terrible. But yeah, what do you do? So, mate, I was
what?
I was looking at an article today, actually, and it's about the future of luxury watches.
Which is looking pretty gloomy at the moment.
Yeah, it didn't go into that aspect of, like buying or like the future of luxury watches. It was basically talking about how social media and purchasing online now, is a growing thing, right? For a lot of people. So, and it brought up some good points, but it also brought up some points that I disagree with. Right? So essentially, what the article was saying is that a lot of people now go onto places like YouTube and the internet in general, and manufacturers' websites, and find out about the watch they're interested in, and they research them, and find everything about that watch, which I agree with. I've done the exact same thing.
We all have, and that's not only for watches. That's for anything we buy that's significant. You want to try and get something that you're going to get good value for what you're paying for, and something that isn't going to break as soon as you buy it. So yeah,
that's right. And
it's able to research stuff. Yeah,
and it's a great way where people go, "Hey, don't buy this because it's rubbish," or whatever the case may be. Which may have helped when I was buying the Tudor Pelagos. I watched 1,000 videos, and I didn't see one say anything about, the loom falling out of the bezel. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, it's a great watch. I'm really happy with the watch, and they fixed the bezel, and it's no problem. But yeah, we all do.
And they made it the time more accurate for.
Yeah, and they regulated it. Yeah, they did a bit extra and gave me a pouch, a genuine Tudor pouch. So they told me it was worth $100, and I doubted that, so I checked it. It actually is worth $100, so that's pretty good. As a complimentary gift.
Kitty? Yes, yes, and yes.
What should Kitty say? Should I even ask Ken if he should send a bit of the new Corbin Cash Merce?
Yeah, Corbin Cash and Merce Wright 9.5-year pick from 210.90. Yes, 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 and yes.
I don't even know what that is. I'm presuming that's a Scotch, yeah?
No, it's a bourbon. Just as I said, just say whiskey.
It's a whiskey. We're really out of my forte here with the whiskey. Thank God you're here.
Just call it whiskey and you're covered.
All right, whiskey. I won't even mention the word Scotch.
No. Hey, Shot. How you doing, brother? Good morning.
Hey, Shot. How you going, mate? Good to see you here.
Okay. We got to decide what Seb wants. What can I get for my 50th? See, it's my 50th next year too. Pepsi or Celebration Dial will do. Are you on the list, Seb? That is the question.
Well, I mean, Seb, really, the Pepsi, I don't think that compares to the Celebration Dial, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the pinnacle of watches at the moment, isn't it?
If you want to go for a Rolex, yes.
Well, they're the two watches that he's talking about, Rolex. He doesn't seem to be, So, yeah, 100%. It'd have to be for me anyway, the Pepsi. I don't like the Celebration Dial. I didn't mind the or the so-called Tiffany dial, but doesn't have Tiffany on it.
No.
But the Celebration dial, I'm not a fan. What about you?
I can't say I was a fan of. I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather have the Pepsi, even though I'm not really a big Rolex guy, but I'd rather have the Pepsi out of those two for myself.
Yeah.
Shukiti's got a good point. Like I was saying, today people research the crap out of buying nail clippers, let alone a Tudor. And that's the thing. You've got their access. Because back in the day, you'd have to ask your friends and family. It's like, they'd say, oh, that's a great washing machine, or this is a great watch, or whatever. But now you can go on the internet and you can have opinions from people all over the world.
And you can watch 50 different, opinions about it too.
Yep.
Where one says it's fantastic and the other one says it's crap, so, look, it works, right? And the article continued to say that, and the article continued to say the luxury brands are falling behind, right? And I was thinking about it and I was like, well, I don't think they're really falling behind. I think brands like Rolex and, Patek and Vacheron and, all the high-end luxury watches, they're not falling behind. They don't want to do it. They don't want to diminish their brand by going, oh yeah, just jump on the internet.
This is not researching stuff online, but buying something online. Like
this is about, it's about purchasing.
Yeah.
First it talked about research, and then it went into, the millennials and Generation Z, are purchasing a lot more watches online. They actually gave figures of it went from 12% in 2020 to 25%, to present.
But did it say what kind of brands they're buying though?
It just says luxury watches, right? Now, the only real luxury watches, on the lower end of the word luxury, I think the word would be better placed as premium, would be, the likes of Tudor and Omega and Longines and, these sort of brands. And I think that's okay because they're more accessible to people. They're, you're probably not risking as much money. And, there's probably more outlets that sell those sort of brands. You know what I mean? But when it comes to, because it talks about, the high-end luxury products, the likes of, like I said, Tudor and, Patek and Vacheron, and mate, they're never going to do that. Like, they just diminish their brand. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
it's one, it's going to diminish their brand. Two, a person who's going to buy $50,000 on a watch not going to buy it online.
no
They're
way.
going to go to the AD or the boutique. They want the experience. They want the personalized service. They want the whole thing. They're going to pay for that. They don't want to just buy it online and have it delivered. That
But there's a big
doesn't
difference
work.
too between, you know, you look at a picture and you watch the reviews and you go, that's a really nice watch, and you whack it on your wrist and you go, nah, that's not working.
Yeah,
That's a, you know, too big, or it's too fat, or it doesn't sit right, or, you know, a multitude of different reasons why you wouldn't buy the watch. You know what I mean? Or
that's
the
right.
other thing too is, you know, let's be honest, you know, a lot of these brands are, you know, putting glorious shots of the watch, and then you see it, and in, you know, probably many cases probably doesn't look as good, or in some cases it actually looks
Yep.
better. You know what I mean? Depending
There's
on,
a lot of Photoshop, and there's a lot of 3D models of watches being used for advertising these days too.
yeah, that's right.
Not
So,
actual photos. Yep.
you know, I just thought it was an interesting article how it you know, sort of was, I wouldn't say bagging, but just sort of saying that the high end luxury watches are falling
I like
behind.
Shoot Kitty's last message. He's on the money right there. The research will sell the watch, but the service will keep the customer. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And mate,
exactly it.
let's be honest. You can go into, you know, a place like Rolex or whatever. You sit down, you have a coffee, a champagne. You know, you get shown a couple of different watches. You get treated like, you know, bit of royalty, and you buy an expensive watch. It goes with the whole experience. You know, like even when you go, once you buy the watch, you could go back and go, yeah, I sat down, we had a chat, we did this. You know, it was
It's
a holistic.
exactly the same experience if you go and buy a really expensive car.
Yeah,
You
correct.
know, they're gonna give you the whole experience. Whereas if you're just buying something off the second-hand car lot or just your local bloke around the back, you know, you drive in, you sign the dotted line, and you drive off. There's no real experience. But you're gonna buy something with a bit of money. You want that experience. You want to feel like you're actually, you know, I've made it. I'm enjoying it. Of what I'm getting, and I'm gonna savor this moment. It's about the experience.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, it gave some good points, but then I just disagreed with, you know, sort of a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, I can see how technology is improving, you know, the luxury watch market, like I said, with the research and all that sort of stuff. But it's only going to go to a certain point. It's, you know, I don't think ever you're going to get those high end brands who are going to allow you to buy, you know,
No,
online.
high end niche products of any kind of that kind of level are never going to be added to your cart Amazon style purchasing. That's just not going to happen.
No. And
But saying
if you,
that, on secondary,
yeah,
there is. You can buy any of those watches on secondary. You know, you can, yeah.
yeah.
But
That's
buying it from an
that's a
AD
different
or
market.
from a boutique is that's a different market completely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different market completely. And presumably, you know, like if you're doing that sort of thing, you've already gone, you know, to Rolex or whatever and tried it on and, you know, had a look and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
you
So,
know what you're buying. You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
you're buying.
You'll make an
And
informed decision.
on top of that, if you're going to one of these high-end secondary stores like BQ Watches or Raymond Shaft's kind of store, you're still getting an experience. You're still sitting down. They're bringing out the watches. They're showing you. You're still getting an experience. It's not just, you know, you're buying it and it ends up in your mailbox.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. I mean, even at that level, you think to yourself, although you can buy it directly online, you still probably want to sit down and have a look at the watch, see its condition, you know, blah blah blah. So,
Yep.
you
The
know,
last thing
because
you
you
want
are
to do
buying,
is look at a picture, and that's right. You are spending a lot of money.
well, you spend a lot of money, and really you're buying a second-hand product. So it's not like when you're buying it brand new, you know it's coming in brand new condition. You know,
Yeah. Yep.
you you
So
you're
it's more
looking at
prevalent that you actually want to see it in person. Exactly.
yeah, that's right. So
If you
I
can.
think
If you can.
so. There's always going to be a need for the, you know, the brick and mortar, you know, sit down, the holistic sort of experience. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, 100%.
I just thought it was
It
thought it
goes
was an
part and parcel.
interesting article from obviously a tech point of view, where they're trying to promote you can do everything through the internet, and I don't think that's always going to be the case.
No, I mean, like Shoe Kitty said, that the research and the experience of researching the watch and obviously social media and all the platforms promoting these kind of watches and brands, like you used to see in your magazines and on TV, where you get a celebrity showing off an Omega or whatever watch, and you see it in the glossy magazines, high-end magazines.
Mm.
That's kind of gone by the wayside. So now it's all on social media and on the internet now, that kind of advertising. But the experience of buying the watch is still going to be in a brick and mortar, sitting down, having the champagne.
Well, look, for me, even when I bought the Tudor, right? I bought the Tudor from a pre-owned market, and obviously I went to Tudor and I tried the watch on and had a look and asked all the questions. Probably watched every video on the Tudor Pelagos 42. Like on the internet, I spent weeks on it, and then eventually found a minty mint condition one
minty,
in Melbourne.
Crispy. Yep.
And even then, I was a little bit dubious, to be honest, like buying it directly off the internet. But the people that I bought from down in Melbourne were fantastic. They were really good, and they basically said to me, "Look, we're telling you it's minty mint." They sent me high definition photos, right, of every angle of the watch, right, and basically said, "Look, you got 7 days. If we'll send it out to you, and if you don't like, if we're misrepresenting and it's not minty mint to your satisfaction, send it back, no charge. We'll refund your money, straight away." Which was,
and that gives you, a peace of mind, and it makes you think, okay, these guys are doing the right thing. And later down the track, if you're in a position to buy another watch, you're more likely to go back to them because, again, you've had a good experience.
Oh, mate, they were to be honest, they were really, really good. I can't complain. And when the watch came, it was in mint condition, mate. There wasn't a scratch on it. And actually, when I took it back to Tudor for the warranty, like I said, okay, there was an issue, but Tudor were fantastic. They were no problem. There wasn't an issue. We'll fix it straight away. And in fact, they got it from when I gave it to them and I got it back. It was 5 weeks, and they apologized. They apologized for the wait because they had to get another bezel from Switzerland. So it probably would have been quicker if they had a bezel in stock. So, mate, you can't complain. Do you know what I mean?
No, and you got it fully regulated, and you got a travel case on top. So
yeah, mate.
Nice.
Like my experience with Tudor and with the dealer down in Melbourne, they were fantastic. I can't complain. So,
we've got somebody who's flying high at the moment. Hello, chaps, from 38,000 feet.
Hey, Jock. Hopefully you can hear us all right from 38,000 feet. I'm a little bit amazed, actually. How do you get Wi-Fi all the way up there?
Well, a lot of planes have Wi-Fi these days.
Yeah, but what are they connecting to? Satellite, or what are they connecting to?
It's usually a combination. So, I mean, you've got Starlink, but they have their own Wi-Fi antennas internally, and they bounce it up.
Yep.
And then it comes back down to the plane, or they get it from the ground and come up. It depends where they are.
Technology, mate. That's amazing, but far beyond my understanding. Seb Nelly, do you think there's any chance Patek 5726 my Grail? If not, I'll buy an XY GT. Well, they're completely two different things, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about two ends of the
Holden
spectrum
versus Ford.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know what a Patek 572. Let's have a look at that.
5726. I mean, I know what the 57 range is, but I don't know what the 26 is.
5726.
Hey, Patrick. Shit, kitty, buying you. I can't even get someone to let me in the security door, let alone have champagne waiting for me. Damn St. Bernards and prejudges against us. Behind bias. Well, yeah, I mean, that's if you have access to an AD. I mean, I was watching last night on somebody's stream, and it was he was saying he went to an AD and there was a security guard. He was going in to drop some money, and there was a security guard, and he was like, "Do you have an appointment?" I was like, "No," and he goes in and then says, "I'll ask," and he goes, "Oh, it's your lucky day. You can go in." And he walks in, and there's only one other person. The place is empty, and you're like, "Well, this is just That gives you a bad taste." And now he doesn't want to go to that AD, and I totally understand that. I mean, why would you want to have to put up with that kind of bullshit? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
That's beautiful. I actually,
Yeah.
I saw one of these in the wild, only probably about a month ago, actually. And the person let me hold it and have a look at it. They're actually quite heavy, much heavier. I mean, the tutors are titanium, but there's a bit of heft to them. They look like a beautiful watch, absolutely beautiful. But I guess
that's it, Magic JCB. Yeah, shitty AD, man, to do that crap.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, it's I guess it's a form of jewelry or a car. I guess that's going to be up to you. But me personally, I'd be picking the Patek.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be going 90K Australian, getting expensive. Yeah, but that is a Patek. You're not, as we say in Australia, you're not fucking spiders when you're buying something like that.
Yeah, that's right. It's not a off the cuff sort of buy. I guess he's got to
no.
He's got to have a look at it. But I mean, it's a beautiful watch. There's no doubt about that. There was what else was there here?
2 hours and 44 minutes, Jocks.
Oh, that was
2
that
hours
one.
and 44 minutes before he lands in Jakarta.
Oh, who knows? Oh, I don't think in 2 hours 45 minutes we're going to be still going, but either way. So Sugar Kitty says, buying new. I can't even get someone to let me in the security doors, let alone have a champagne and waiting for me. You know what? I went into to Rolex to have a look at Submariner, because that's the watch that I would like to get. Fair enough, they're pretty upfront and went, mate, you've got Buckley's. But whilst I was there, they did offer me champagne, coffee, water, soft drink. And they took the time to show me the watch and show me, all the variations of the watch. Actually, he tried to sell me the Yachtmaster on the I think they call it the slate grey dial.
So they had one in stock.
Well, no, he didn't have it in stock. Basically, what he was saying to me is, look, mate, you've got sort of, politely telling me you got Buckley's of getting a first Rolex.
Right, you might be able to get a slate dial.
But you'd have 5 or 6 times more chance of getting this. Which was nice of him, and I had a look at it. But it really didn't appeal to me. And it actually, in my opinion, looks a little bit smaller. I know they're exactly the same dimensions, but it just seemed a little bit smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's because of the dial. Yeah.
Hey, Patrick B. How you going, mate? Glad to see you come across. Say hello. If everyone can do a little subscribe, or if not already, and an upvote, that'd be greatly appreciated. Up, I think on last count, I'm up at where are we?
68.
Up at 68, and hopefully by the end of the show we might crack 70.
Well, we got to get one more to get to 69. Giggity.
Giddy.
Giggity.
But let me also say, I'm so thankful. I didn't think that there'd be 2 people watching me let alone being able to get up to 68 subscribers. So I really appreciate it. And let me also, there's some grey people in the chat. Let me see if we can make some blue people. Sugar Kitty, he's always with a blue.
So Sugar Kitty saying I can walk into any car dealership, including Mercedes, BMW, Bentley, Lambo. They'll talk to me a ton. They might not let me test drive until I'm qualified, but I'm in the door. I go to New York, and a dozen jewelers and other shops won't let me in the door. Yeah, it's getting worse and worse, and obviously because of the crime, and they don't want to let any Tom, Dick, and Harry. But the problem is, you can't judge a book by the cover. Somebody who looks like they don't have a dime to their name could be coming in with a ton of money, and you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of thing. But it does leave a horrible taste in your mouth if you can't even get in the door to have a look. If you're, willing to drop money.
Patrick, 68 cult members. Appreciate it. We need some more cult members. So, here's one for you, Ken.
Yeah, here we go. And we're talking a full kata as in Japanese. Who would be able to compete a full kata without rest? Luxury or neither? It depends on which kata we're talking. Yeah, neither.
Neither?
I mean,
I don't know. I'd be more interested in seeing if Archie could do it, opposed to Lux. Lux is much younger.
I think Archie could do it if Archie had the demon eyes going, and he was all wound up, and he was half a bagel in one hand and a drink in the other hand. He might be able to last a bit longer.
Well, we did see him the other day just go nuts with a bagel in his hand.
Yeah, so if he had the viper eyes and a bagel, he might be good.
Yeah, so he's clearly a great multitasker.
Yeah. That would be his weapon of choice, a giant breadstick.
Depends how angry you get him.
Exactly. I think if he's angry enough, he might be able to last longer. He'd be able to do it half a kata at least.
Yeah, how well he's going to do the kata.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's coming up, I guess, much more for the Americans, and there's some obviously international travelers going to Watch Time New York. Mate, that's coming up in 5 weeks.
New
For me, to be honest, I can't wait. Last year was fantastic, just to see everybody together and having a good time, and there was a couple of different streams going. I really loved it. I like seeing a lot of these trips. Obviously I can't go myself, but I can be a bit of a voyeur and watch it. What do you think? Do you like that sort of stuff?
Oh, I totally. I mean, it's great to see people in the community get together, hang out, have a good time, enjoy watches, enjoy company, go out for a few drinks, have a bit of fun. And it's great to be able to watch a live stream and be part of it, even though you're not there. And that doesn't matter where people meet up. It's always fun to be able to be a fly on the wall, like you say, at those kind of places. And it's like you're there, you get to chat with the people. And
you can hear bits and pieces of the chat. I mean, obviously they want to have some privacy, but when they know the camera's on. Even I think at one point, I want to say it was Archie, just sort of set it up on the table, and you could see down the table, and people were just chatting and just having a good time together.
The only problem with those kind of those kind of events and streams and stuff, I don't get any sleep.
Yeah. But it was the same for me for London, to be honest. Like, it was a bit. London was more nighttime for us, and I think one night I stayed up on Marcelo's stream. I actually jumped on with JB, and something occurred. We all know what happened with JB that day, and I ended up on there by myself for a little bit. And Skyzen came on with me, which was very helpful. And he just sort of you know what Marcelo's like. He just dumps the
Uh-huh.
camera
You plonked it there and
and walked away. But we had a great time. Who was it? It was Spencer. Spencer and his daughter found it, and they picked it
oh,
up.
that's right. That was a
Remember
great
that?
chat. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was
And they
great. And OC
were
was
talking
there.
to
Yeah,
us,
that was a
and
great stream. Yeah.
and they
Yeah, that was
and then they
great.
started playing. I'm not sure what they call it, the sandbag game. Not sure what they call it. Picking a hole or sacking a hole or something similar. And
Cornhole.
is that what it's called? Where they got the
Cornhole,
sandbag
yeah,
and
but
they
you got to
throw it in the
you got to
hole.
throw it in the hole in the ball. Yeah, cornhole. Great fun if you've never played it. It's actually a fun game.
Yeah, well, I was watching them, and then who pops in? I think Roland. Roman came in and started playing, and
Yep.
the Mad Watch Collector Russell came in and he was playing, and like I said, Spencer was interacting with us. It was fantastic. I really loved it.
Yeah, no, I got hardly any sleep. That was a really good. That was really good. London was awesome. It was really.
Mate,
good.
I was up until 5 a.m. in the morning. My wife was like getting up for work, and she was like, "Are you seriously
I
on
had
those
hardly
streams?"
any sleep for like 3 days straight. Yep, I was up watching it all day, all night, and just
Yeah, my
It was
wife
so
was
good.
like, "Are you on these streams?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I've got to. Like, look what's happening." She's like, "Yeah," shakes her head. She can't.
Here
work it
we
out.
go. Shikity's already commented. I was gonna. King, which brands are best fits for a Vulcan, Klingon, Romulan, and a Ferengi? And Shikity's saying Vulcan for Lunga, Klingon, Jacob and Co, Romulan, Vacheron, Ferengi, Fisher and Price. I was going to say Rolex for Ferengi. Lunga for Vulcan is a pretty good choice, but I was always going to say you could say Patek. Klingon, I was going to go.
I think the Klingon won't be Jacob and Co. I think they'll need something a bit more robust.
That's what I was going to go with. You're just going to have to go with your. I've just had a brain fart. Yeah, you bang him against anything, run over him by the tank. Kind of watch.
Yeah, but what about the Federation? That'd have to be Rolex.
No.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they be Rolex?
No.
Mate, there's
Rolex.
Big variety, and they're well built watches, robust. They're from Earth.
No, you gotta go with the Casio. You gotta go with the Ferengi. I mean,
G-Shock, you reckon?
You gotta get G-Shock. Yep, big chunky G-Shock for the Klingons.
Oh yeah, for the Klingons. Yeah, for the Klingons, I could see that.
Yep.
So,
bulletproof. That's what you want.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Definitely, no. Shikity's like, no, fuck no. I agree. Marathon for what?
Well, somebody's got to have.
What's a marathon?
Hang on. Let's go back here. Somebody's got to have Rolex.
Yeah, Ferengis.
Rolex.
Yep.
Not unless they steal them.
Well, of course they're going to steal them.
Ferengi are going to have, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Ferengi are going to have the Rolex. Yep, they're going to have the Rolex. They're only going to release a certain amount, and they're going to, there's a huge waiting list, and they're going to charge like a wounded bull, and it's all going to be, it's just, that fits. It perfectly fits.
Well, Sugar Kitty doesn't agree. Fuck no.
Yeah, no, that's fuck no for the Federation having Rolex.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Rolex for Endorians. Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. Endorians. Yeah, that makes sense.
What's this? Is that
Great with their blue skin? That's link. It's obviously going to be a link for something funny about the Ferengis. That's what the Ferengi are going to have.
Yeah, that's probably more like it, and then they'll try to sell it,
and they'll sell it as sell it as a Patek. Yep.
Yeah. Brian Tournay, how you going, mate? Where's Marcelo? Where is Marcelo? He came on to the first show. He did derail us for a while.
Where is he?
But I'm sure he's hanging around somewhere. Brian, let's make you blue, Brian. Everybody's got to be a blue.
Yeah, Fisher Price, my first watch.
Yeah, but yeah, even on that first show, I'm not sure if you saw it, Ken. We had JJ come on. Oh, by the way,
nice.
if anybody wants to jump on, let me drop the link.
Yeah, you might want to pin the link. Link the pin the link.
Pin the link. Anybody's welcome.
Ken, which watch brand? Well, this is a good question. I was actually had this in the back of my mind when you were talking about the Star Trek. I was like, yeah, which brand would be the Borgs best suited for their idea of perfection?
Assimilation.
Yeah, well, the idea of the Borg is they simulate all races because they want to achieve perfection. So they get the best from all different races and assimilate it to their own. They want to get the best.
So what's your answer?
The Borg's artificial lifelong goal of assimilation. It's not assimilation. Their goal is perfection, but assimilation is what they do to. Well, they're like the ancient Romans. They would take over a country and then adapt the good stuff that they had. Like Bruce Lee, you would learn.
Well, they assimilate to to get to that perfection, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. But their goal is perfection. So yeah, what would be the brand that would be the epitome of the Borg's perfection?
What's your choice?
Borg is not about perfection; it's about control. Apple Watch.
You know what? I wasn't thinking Apple Watch, but I think you're spot on.
I wasn't thinking Apple Watch, but I think that's pretty much on the fucking money right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
you've hit it on there. That's perfect.
I was actually thinking of MBF. Is it NMBF?
NBF? NBNF, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking those because they're sort of, very, I don't know, strange. Bit different.
Yes.
Bit part man, part machine.
But I have to agree, Apple Watch. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Because they just simulate all the other things.
Is Brian looking after Mental Jock? Don't worry, I've made him blue. He was on the show with me last week, so he didn't get the option of being blue, but I've made him blue. It's all good. Karma in the world is going well. But back to Marcelo. He was on last week, and JJ, I thought, gave him the most perfect advice. I'm not sure if you saw the show. Essentially, you know how Marcelo jumps on and he's like, "I'm not getting any super chats. Come on, super chat me. I need money. I'm broke." Mind you, he's broke with $1 million worth of
yeah.
And he wants to buy the next fully gold Le Mans. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And JJ, hilariously, to me it was hilarious anyway. He turned around and he said, "Let me put it to you in a restaurateur point of view. Do you walk up to your customer and say, 'Hey, buy the 100-gram steak because I'm broke. I really need money. I'm not getting any money. Can you buy the steak?'" I thought that was a great analogy.
Exactly.
Basically, he was saying, just get on with it and just do the show and all that sort of stuff, and the money will will come. Here's another one from
nothing.
Dan.
I don't want anything out of a replicator. I don't want synthahol.
Oh, imagine having a replicator, but
yeah, but the problem is you're only going to get synthahol. The replicator only makes synthahol, so it's not actual alcohol. It's a simulated. It's a fake alcohol.
Well, yeah, but the idea is that you're going to it's going to be to the exact same taste. And what's your second and third choices?
It's not. I would never go anything with the synthahol. I would go 10 Ford, and I would see what Guinan had at 10 forward that was actual alcohol, not anything out of a replicator. Nope.
Look, I'm not a Scotch man, but some of the foods or some of the stuff, mate, I'd be there all day. I'd be there for a week before I even got bored. I'd
Ken
just be
would go
ordered.
tea Earl Grey hot. No, definitely not. Nope.
Yes.
Tea Earl Grey hot. Now, I'd be like Worf. I'd be getting some prune juice or Ractigino.
I wouldn't mind trying the old Ractigino. Scratchy, Ken,
it's meant to
thoughts
be epic coffee.
on how well Jay Anthony fits in well with the Watch Hangout live stream panel. I haven't seen him on there. Has he been on there?
I haven't seen him on Watch Hangout, but I
haven't
think he
seen
would
him.
quite nicely.
I think. I mean, look, he's clearly a very well versed bloke, and I think he fit in fine.
He'd fit in perfectly. Yeah.
But I think he's doing a great job on Archie too. Look, like I've said in the past, I don't really get to watch the Archie show in the mornings too much. But the bits and pieces that I've seen, mate, I think he's been a great asset, and he's got a good sense of humour that he, like, when Narc jumps on and
he shuts him down.
Yeah, but he takes it in his stride. He's not put off by it. Some of these big YouTubers maybe a little bit put off by all that, but he takes it and he seems to me he seems like he's enjoying himself, especially when Archie starts talking to him about cars and stuff.
Yep.
I think he's been a great asset. I think that's more of Can's work, and give credit where credit's due. I think Tan's been doing a great job trying to help Archie get back, sort of
steering the ship.
I wouldn't say get back together, but just get things back on track. As much as Tan gives,
good morning.
As much as Tan gives money and all that,
as far as I was prohibited from that, you need to go to the Ferengi. No, Guinan had lots of good stuff. Guinan had lots of good stuff in 10 forward.
Yeah, I agree with Tan on this. I think Jay Anthony prefers the car talk with AC3, 100%.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But he's diverse enough that he knows about other things that they talk about. And also, I think I said in the chat, because Tan asked the question, who else would you like to see, come back or either come onto the Archie show? I really like that Austin Daniels.
We haven't seen Austin for a long time.
Mate, I watched some of his videos. Actually, I was only watching a couple of his videos a day or two ago. Mate, he knows so much. I don't know if he's reading it or he just knows it, but the way that he says it, to me, he knows it off the top of his head.
When it comes to Rolex, he's definitely
he's a Rolex man
on a different level. Yeah, he's definitely on a different level.
Mate, I think it's I think he's fantastic, and if he's got a sense of humor too. So, Ken,
Austin was one of Archie's disciples back in the day, Tanzania.
Where's that? Here. I have Austin's contact. Him and Archie never really got off the ground. Austin was one of the Archie's disciples back in the day. Well, I mean, I just think that he'd be a great, contributor to the stream, especially the knowledge that he has. It's to me, I'm a beginner. I'll probably learn, obviously stuff that Archie does, and what JJ and everybody. That's why I'm here, to learn. But I really like him. I guess that's all I can say. What's this from Brian? Scratchy Seb Nelly, top 5 places to eat in Sydney. What are a must?
McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, Pizza Hut.
Nah, Hungry Jack's.
Dog shit.
Mate, the last place you're going is Hungry Jack's.
No, the
I
last
don't know
place
if
I'm going is any of those.
I don't know if I can give you 5. What was
I
the
mean,
last?
what kind of food you're talking? You have to at least define what kind of food. I mean, you know, what's a good steakhouse? What's good Italian? What's good French? What's good Indonesian? You know, what are you talking?
I went to that Jamie Oliver one in Sydney. The food was really nice.
was
The
it?
portions were probably a little bit small, and the prices were, they didn't miss you. But the food was great.
Okay.
And then there's another one. I can't remember the name of it. It's a steak, like a sort of steak place. What's it called? Sorry, I can't remember it. I think it was on Castlereagh Street, and I think there's another one down at Barangaroo. Mate, you pick your steak and how old it is and what size and all this sort of stuff, and they tell you the history of it.
Nice.
But the way they cook it, I know I might be offending half the people in the chat, but I like it well done. I really don't like my steak milling. I prefer it to be well done, but they can make it well done and it's not rubbery. It's so soft. It's fantastic.
Oh, sorry, I just had a mild heart attack when you said "well done" for a steak.
Yeah. No, I knew that I was gonna, upset a couple
Yeah.
of people there. So
I'll ignore you said that.
yeah. Seb Nelly says, Brian, I'm in the Hills area. So actually, in the Hills area, Seb, there is a Japanese. What's the one where they throw the food at you? What's that one called? They cut the egg up and they tell you to hold your plate out and they throw it to you. They cook it right in front of you. You sort of sit around a hot plate and you order the food and they make it right in front of you and then tell you to sort of hold your plate out and they, there's food going everywhere, but they always seem to hit the plate most times.
What, Korean barbecue style or?
No, it's not Korean. I think it's Japanese.
Hibachi.
Is that what it's
hibachi? Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that was really good in the Hills there. What's this by Sugar Kitty?
Yeah, Ken, what's Ultimate Grail Watch and Scotch worthy of Q, the being that can have anything they want in the universe? Well, that's the point right there in that last statement. It is he can have anything he wants whenever he wants, and he's going to get bored with whatever he has. So he's just going to go do something else. So there wouldn't be a Grail because he can have anything. So it's not going to be really that impressive to him. And then Shukit is saying Q is underneath is a fake. Q would wear a G-Shock that appears to the rest of the world as a Patek. Yeah. Q's not going to worry about a watch and a bit of scotch. It's not going to be.
He could turn into a watch. He could turn into a watch.
Right. He could turn someone into a watch. He could turn a planet into a watch.
You'll end up being a Patek for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I actually watched the other day your show. What was it? A couple of days ago, where you had the Star Trek.
For Star Trek Day, when we just went, bitched about current Star Trek.
Yeah, I like Star Trek, but after watching your show, I clearly don't know enough about it. I'm just an avid watcher.
There's nothing wrong with that. Some people like it, and some people are just nerdy about it.
Mate, what was the bloke that you were with, and he was wearing the whole Star Trek outfit? What was his name?
Second,
the bloke that was on your panel, he was wearing the whole Star Trek.
No, that's my merch. I've actually got Star Trek shirts, but because I got the insignia, and it's actually got a Glencairn glass in it. That's part of our merch. JB.
Here's one for you. Ken, between food and pussy.
Food and pussy. Do you think there is really? Do you think that is really Archie's Kobayashi Maru? Ooh. Is it what?
Hey, JB.
I think you're right there. I think you're right. It's Food and Pussy is definitely going to be his Kobayashi Maru. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he can have both, he's a happy man. But if you
I don't
can't
even
have,
know. Oh, hang on. Before you tell me, isn't that the one where it's an exam or something and it's unwinnable or something?
it's an unwinnable scenario. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So, here's one from Patel. Scratchy, I posted the stream link to the Archie Luxury live stream community page. Thanks, Patel. Mate, ever since I sort of mentioned even starting a show, you, Curly, JJ, mate, you've all been, fantastic and giving me a heads up and helped me out. And I really appreciate it. I'm just a person in the chat for the last few years and really enjoyed it. And I've dabbled a couple times, jumping onto a couple of different streams. And then I thought to myself, with Ken's, assistance and some encouragement from Mental Jock, we thought, why not? I'll give it a go. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to come on and talk watches and rubbish. It doesn't have to be always about watches. And I guess as everybody in this chat probably knows, my other friends and family don't care about watches, mate. they don't care whatsoever. So if I want to talk about watches or anything else, I've got to come here, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy the space. I enjoy the different streams. So yeah. Anyway, here we are, and I really appreciate all the support, even from the general people in the chat. I really appreciate all the support that's been given. So,
well, Scratchy, you're gonna have to drop your PayPal. Brian's asking, do you have Streamlabs tips, Ko-fi, PayPal link set up?
Look, I did set up a PayPal, but that's not necessary at this point. I'm still learning. As you can see from the beginning, I couldn't even get the microphone working. So once I sort of just get under control. All that can wait. At the moment, I'm just doing it for fun, and really enjoying it for the second show. Although Ken's shown me another way of not using StreamYard. He's trying to enlighten me in what is it, Restream?
Restream.io, yeah, Restream Studio.
Yeah, Restream Studio.
Is a better version of StreamYard. Yeah.
Yeah, so at the moment I've just got the free version, which is working okay. But had a look at this Restream, and Ken's given it a thumbs up. So
and for those that don't know, the Kobayashi, like Shikari just dropped, Kobayashi Maru is a computer simulation given to Starfleet as the graduation exam. It's actually a leadership exercise where you must face your own guaranteed destruction. Yep, you're off. You got to rescue some people from a vessel, and you're about to be destroyed by some Klingons. So you've either got to sacrifice your vessel, or you lose the rescue of the people in distress. It's a non-win scenario. So how do you react in that situation?
Yeah. Scratchy, it's simply starting this channel to fundraise purchase for an entire series of Deep Space Nine on DVD and Blu-ray.
On 4K, you get the Laserdisc. Get it on Laserdisc, the big Laserdisc.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what? To be brutally honest, I don't even have a DVD player anymore. Everything's streamed.
I mean, who does?
Mate, everything's streamed. You know what I mean?
I mean, I still have hard copies of all of Star Trek.
I do have. I've got hard copies of Star Trek Voyager and Star Trek Next Generation.
Yep.
But I think they're all going to go in the bin soon enough because, I don't even have a DVD player. Hey?
Sell them.
Sell them?
You don't have to throw them in the bin. People will buy them, mate. Don't worry about that.
No, okay. Well, eventually I would like to, once I get a bit more equipped and a bit more, understanding and better skills, I'll, I might be able to get monetized, and at that point, I'd just try to save up for a Rolex. You know what I mean?
Rolex.
Let it sit there. Well, my dream is to get a Submariner. No date Submariner. I don't need all the gold and all the rest of it. That's the watch that
No date subby.
That's the watch that I've always wanted, and unfortunately, like I said, when I went to the Rolex boutique when I had money, 2 years ago, they basically just told me to go away. So, and then I went out and bought a Tudor. So, but like I said, I'm really happy with the Tudor. It's a great watch.
Shoot, Kitty, I feel like computer simulation pitting food and pussy in front of Archie would ensure his destruction. Exactly.
Food and pussy. Well, yes.
I don't think Archie needs them that much. True.
Well, Tan brought up a great point today. I saw on the Lux show where he's like, he couldn't believe that.
Hey, Scuzz and boys.
If there's a fire, basically the question was, I'm not sure if you saw it. If there's a fire out of the watches that he's got, which one would he take? So, firstly, the question would be to you is, which one do you think that he picked? So he's got the Explorer 2, he's got the Paddock World Time, he's got the Bluesy, he's got the Breguet.
I was going to say the Bluesy straight up.
Yeah, that's what he picked. But Tan brought up, why wouldn't you take the Patek? And I agree. There's a million views.
I mean, yeah. Me personally, I'd take the Patek. There's a million Bluesies, but not Pateks.
Mate, Pateks don't.
I would take the Patek straight out. But
100%. Pateks don't fall in your lap. Mate. You know what I mean? Not that I'm saying a Bluesy does, but it's far easier to get a Bluesy than it would be a Patek World Time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So here's one here. If you want to be frustrated, then go to Kennan's. What's that?
Don't do it the way I do it with my stream.
If you just want to do a stream, just stick with it and what you have. Yeah. I mean, look, everybody here, I'd assume everybody's seen Ken's stream. Mate, some of the stuff you can do on there, you can, there's trivia, there's slots, there's gambling, mate, Ken could tell you better than me, but there's so much on there. And it's a great stream. Like, it's so a pub. You know what I mean? Like, so, presumably you all know about, Ken's stream, but if not, just go to Scotch Down Under, and if you're into your Scotch, you'll find it a great stream.
Anything. Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Scotch, whiskey, anything. It's a pub.
What's this from Tan? Toss them up
on Scratchy. He's talking about the DVDs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, if it might help to the Rolex fund. Let's jump on here. I think in Australia you guys are fortunate with a decent brick and mortar secondary market. In Canada, it's mainly just online, Facebook guys and ADs. Well, we actually, I'm not sure if you're on earlier.
I think there's only a couple of brick and mortars in Australia, though, isn't there?
Oh no! No. In Sydney, I mean, obviously you've got Luxuria. You've got what's the other one that Something and Co. The one that Archie always recommends. Something and Co. I can't think of it.
Watch Co.
Vintage Watch Co. Yeah.
Vintage Watch Co. and Luxuria. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was that bloke who watches are us, but let's not talk about him.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
We won't talk about him. He was.
out of the whole country, there's not that many brick and mortar stores.
No,
Really.
no, I'd disagree. There's heaps. When I was looking for the Tudor, I would say in Sydney alone, there's probably 10.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. There you go.
Yeah, and then in Melbourne, there's
I live
probably
in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, I'm out of the loop when it comes to the brick and mortar
yeah,
stores in the big cities.
yeah. Well, you live in the middle of nowhere, and on the other side of the country,
Exactly.
so we'll just hold that against you because I do every day.
Yeah.
And
Fair
Melbourne's got at least off the top of my head probably 6 or 7. I don't know how many Brisbane's got, but presumably they've got a couple up there. So no, that's right. There's heaps. I don't know how many there is in Canada, but there's a lot. Unfortunately, we don't have nobody that I could see when I was looking through have any of the Rolex. What's it called? Their secondary ones. What do they call
Oh,
it?
the new thing that I've made. Secondary official stuff that's
Yeah.
refurbs and all that. Yeah.
Somebody in the chat will know the name of it.
I know the one you're talking about.
But yeah, there's nobody in Sydney and Melbourne or anywhere else that I could find that would have that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, 10. Yeah, vintage watch going like Luxuria, but there's another one. Yeah, there's probably about 10 in Sydney, to be honest. I think it's the Peter Woods or Peter's Brothers Woods. They're actually quite cheap, and they get a lot of Omega like brand new ones in the box, but they're 2 years old,
okay.
like new old stock stuff.
New old stock.
They also sell Rolex and all the rest of it, but they seem to must have some sort of relationship with an Omega dealer.
Yeah, 10. Archie in New Zealand whinging how cold it was.
What's that? So this one?
Archie, yeah, whinging how cold
What
it was.
blows my mind with AC when he went to the national television. Oh yeah. No, that was hilarious. And wasn't that the one too where he was on there? And no, I think that was another interview where he was saying, "I nearly died. I nearly died getting here."
Yeah,
you see that one?
Yeah, that's right. The
and
flight,
the
I nearly died. Yeah.
What do you mean you nearly died? Essentially, he was talking about there was a bit of turbulence in the plane. I nearly died.
Yeah.
Even till today, like you can go back and watch some of Archie's shows, and you're still laughing, even though they're out of date. Like you're still laughing.
It's just he's a character, that's for sure.
Here's one. Perth is just another country. Yeah, that's right. The Western version of New Zealand.
Yeah, it pretty much is another country.
Western Australia is a little bit like, it's not the end of the world, but you Texas. Can see it from there.
Yeah, you're on the event horizon of the abyss.
and what I can get in a week takes a month to get to Ken.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's that.
Anthony, you definitely need to take your watch in for a service that's been 16 years. That's definitely in need of some oil.
Peter's Brothers Woods. You know what? It's actually not Peter's Brothers Woods. It's something. I'm sure it's got Peter's in it, and it's got some sort of wood, but I can't.
Well, those two words, Peter's Wood. Yeah, it sounds like a gentleman's club.
Yeah, it's not. But they're not big. Like, don't get me wrong. They're probably only got on their website, 20 or 30 watches, but there's enough of them. For me, I don't know.
Yeah, Lucky Bay's amazing if you want to get real close to the dolphins and feed them and shit. Yeah, and they know them all by name. The dolphins that come up. Yeah, Lucky Bay's beautiful.
Hayward Brothers, that's it. Slip Clutch, that's it. Hayward Haywood Peters. Yes, that's it.
Haywood Peters. Oh, there you go. Well, that's a bit
Yeah.
better than Peters Wood.
Yeah, I knew there was the two words. Nah, thanks for that, mate. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you can get blue for that. Let me change that over for you. So yeah, but they were reasonably priced. Like they had a brand new deep sea, and it was, I think they retailed for about 12 and a half or something, and they had a brand new one, still with stickers on it, the whole lot. Obviously, all the boxes, papers, blah blah blah. It was about, it was new old stock. I think it was 2023 model, mate. $3,000 off.
Yeah,
You know what
bonus.
I mean? So yeah, because the three watches that I was tossing up, and people are probably going to kick me in the ass for this as well, was the, obviously, keep saving for the Rolex Submariner, which I just thought that was, just wasn't going to happen. The bloke actually at the AD, believe it or not, told me to go to the grey market. He says to me, "Have you thought about the grey? Have you heard about the grey market?" And I said, "Yeah, mate, I've heard about the grey market, but I want to buy one from you." And he said, "I'd suggest you go to the grey market." At that point, I knew that I was pushing the proverbial shit up the hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, when
And
you
then,
said, I know the area you're talking about. I grew up down that area, but I was thinking of Shark Bay. But yeah, Lucky Bay is beautiful, and the Grand National Park, anywhere around that, is amazing. Yep,
yeah.
beautiful
Oh,
country
look,
down there.
yeah. I've got a cousin. I
Awesome
told you
beaches, awesome
before.
fishing.
He lives over in Perth, and mate, he went over there, followed a girl, mate, and never come back, and that was 30 years ago. Loves the place.
This is down south, way down south.
He's in Perth. He's not bumfuck Idaho where you are, but
No,
yeah,
this is south of Perth, where one of your CT's talking about. That's down Esperance, Albany, down that way.
Oh, Albany. That's
beaches
like
are amazing.
miles away down. That's right on the south, isn't it?
It's only 400 km south of Perth.
That's a fair whack, especially when you're talking about Perth. It's not it's no Sydney. Red Circle Watches, Bangaroo near the new casino. Jonathan and Grace are also currently Sydney's #1 grey sellers. Yeah, there you go. There's a fair few of them.
I'd love to go on the Garn. I'd love to go on the Indian Pacific and the Garn. I'd love to do that. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, isn't it like to go on the Garn something like $5,000 a person?
Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's an epic experience.
Yeah, but if I was going,
it's a lovely afternoon drive. Exactly.
If I was going $5,000 to go on the Garn, mate, that's $10,000 if there's you and the wife, mate. For $10,000, I can go somewhere else around the world. You know what I mean?
True.
And Australia's not like a place where you can't drive, all around the country.
True. It's the longest highway in the world, actually. You can travel all the way around.
That's the Hume, isn't it? The Hume?
No, it's not the Hume. It's National Route 1, which goes all the way around. The Hume Highway is only a section of it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, okay. I was going to do a poll. Let me see if I can do a poll. Where's the poll? There's a
National from Perth to Darwin. Yeah, National 1 goes around the whole country, and it goes around and it just pops up a little bit up to Darwin, and then you come back down and you can go around the whole country. It covers every capital, every city.
Yeah, let's do a poll. It's my first poll. I only learned how to do it because Ken showed me how to do it. Did it come up?
Yep, it's there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Nullarbor Plain is the longest, flattest, straight road that will definitely let you experience white line fever. That's for sure.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to break down there, mate. You'd be taking extra water and rations and petrol.
Yep, and fuel and everything. Yeah, that is a long road to nowhere.
There's only you, a lot of lizards,
Right.
and a lot of snakes.
Yeah. Yep, and a lot of land.
Yeah, there you go. 90 miles straight.
Yep, straight road. That's one line fever right there.
That's this. Scratchy, watch Tom New York won't be the same without AC3 for me. Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see him go. But you can understand why he's not going, money's tight and it's expensive, but and like last year where he had his birthday and they Swinging Kangaroo put it up on the
that was awesome.
billboard. Mate, that was awesome. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look, you'd like to encourage him to go, but I think he's ruled it out, a month or two ago. He can't do it.
I actually saw four goannas when I was up inland a couple of weeks, the week back. I actually saw 4 goannas, big ones.
And what's the rule? What's the Australian rule with a goanna when you see a goanna?
Yeah, don't stand still.
No, don't stand still. Lay on the ground, because if you stand there and stand still, they will run up you like a tree and rip you to bits.
Yep. If you ever seen the claws of a goanna, they are like demon fangs. Yep.
Mate, they will tear you to pieces. Scratchy, I don't understand why he's not going. He's complaining about non-profitable trips. He speaks of ones he's chosen to do: Shenzhen, Aussie trip, road trip, Darwin, London, were both profitable.
Both profitable. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree, but he did do the Shenzhen and he did do the Aussie road trip. And I guess,
but the Shenzhen and Aussie road trip were just hotel rooms. We never saw anything. At least in Darwin, got dragged out and did stuff. In London, he actually did stuff because he was in the bro house.
Yeah, but he still spent the money doing them. They still cost money.
But he made money too.
Pardon?
But he made money too.
I don't know if I think he said they were net losses, both of those trips. But he definitely made money.
Net loss is fine. I mean, that's a free trip. Yeah. I'd be happy with that if I can go for a free trip.
But he definitely made
Aussie road. He would have lost money on that.
Yeah. Well, he definitely made money on the Darwin trip. I mean,
yeah.
Mr. GMT gave him money as soon as he walked off the door, out of the door of the airport. But even that, how they convinced him to get into that croc tank was hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen, but he did it.
Nah, I doubted it.
He was in there.
Yeah, I doubted it. But mate, he did it. I mean, you got to take your hat off to him. He did it,
and it looked like he actually enjoyed himself.
Yeah. So, he had like 2 times $1,000 days in London, and his trip was paid for by D. You can't say it wasn't profitable.
You can't say it wasn't profitable. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
And I think Curly also helped with his airfares. Is that not correct?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah, so and I think Ali contributed to help Lux go there and whatever. 100% they were profitable. You know what I mean? But look, he just took a HELOC out, so and I don't know. He said today, actually, I never heard him say it before. He said he took $150,000 out. Like, that's a lot of cash, man.
Holy shit!
That's a lot of cash. So
he better be doing some good stuff with that, not just blowing that.
Archie should do 3 main trips a year, one for his Aussie fans, one for the UK fans, and one. I agree. Forget
Yeah,
the
100%.
you know,
They should be the baseline trips that he should do.
Yeah.
UK, US, Australia. That's it. That's
Yeah.
the baseline.
Although I've got a bit of a
Agree.
gripe with him in relation to he loves going to Melbourne and he never comes to Sydney. And if he does come to Sydney, he don't want to see anybody. Seb Nelly.
I mean, why wouldn't you go to Sydney? Sydney's the biggest. It's like the mainstay. It's like the capital that everyone knows. It's not Canberra. It's Sydney.
But he's been in Sydney. Like last time on the road trip, he was in Sydney.
Yeah, he'll go down there, sit in a hotel, won't tell anyone,
Yeah.
won't organise, a get together or anything. Like
he went out with JD one time, and Seb Nelly was like, "Mate, like on the Luck show, where are you? I'll take you out to dinner." Blah blah blah. And he said, "Oh, Scratchy, will you come?" Blah blah blah. And I think Phoenician Cedar, and there was a couple of others, and we all went, "Yeah, well, we can look at all going." You know what I mean? And then Archie turned around and said, "I don't really like people. I don't want to see anybody." I was like, "Okay then." Okay then.
And other times you'll go to places and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm here. Who wants to take me out for lunch?"
Yeah. Well, then he jumped in. The funny thing was, then he jumped in the car. The next day he's down in Melbourne and he's got, having sort of dinner with 5 people down there. Like, he don't like us people from Sydney. I'm not sure why. But,
and agreed, Tan, 100%. Yeah, Curly was always helping out.
Where's that one?
Down the bottom.
Down the bottom. Yeah, Curly did spend a lot to help him in a pinch, paying for his airfare. His airfares was a classic example.
Yeah, and it was organising the games and do this, do that, and trying to get stuff happening, Gonzo, and
yeah. And I think I watched him, super chat like one day like $400 or $500 for I can't remember what for. I understand there's a
pay to play, as Kelly would say, pay to play.
Yeah, and he most certainly did. And even now, even with the, sort of the angst that are going on, Curly will openly say, like, I still sort of want to support him, but he hasn't got the support back a bit. So,
exactly, it's going to go both ways.
Yeah, you can understand that a bit.
100%.
I tell my wife that I'm close enough to walk.
I do like a reverso.
What's that?
I do like a reverso.
Me, not so much. I'll be honest with you. I know it's a classic watch. I know it's a classic watch. But not for me. I'm not really into dress watches, although the only real dress watches that I could, clearly never afford is some of the Pateks. They're beautiful. Like that one that Jamie's got. Mate, I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a nice world time. It's a nice world time. I like Jamie's reverso.
Pardon?
I like Jamie's reverso.
Yeah. Look. Don't get me wrong. I can see the the value in it, and I can see that it's a nice watch. But it's not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's perfectly normal.
Yeah. There's Jake.
It'll be pretty damn boring. Well, I'm going to have to bug out because I have to start my shit show.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Have we been going that long?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, wow. That went quick.
It did.
Well, mate, you jump off. Thanks very much for coming on and supporting and everything that you do behind the scenes and help me out. So I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
I'll keep going for a little bit, and if anybody wants to jump on, let me drop the link, and anybody's welcome. But other than that, mate, have a great show. I'll come on. I'll come on after this.
All right, mate.
And I'll see you then.
Cheers, everyone. We'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.
See ya, mate. Oh, Luxy Poo. Hey, mate, how you going? Yeah, Luxy. There you go, mate. A wrench for you, of course. But if if anybody's interested in jumping on, I'm happy for you to jump on. What was the other thing that I thought about talking about? I think we sort of talked about it. I was thinking about Watch Time New York, and the technology base with people buying watches. I just don't think that technology base, even though it's doubled in the last, from 12% to 25% people buying watches online, it's never going to get to, the likes of Rolex and Patek and AP and Vacheron and, Chopard and all these sort of, high-end luxury watches. They're just not going to be interested in it. The article tries to say they're falling behind, but they're not falling behind. They don't want to do it, and they don't want to diminish their own brand. So they were sort of the talking points that I thought of, and other than that, it was just to talk to you guys. Watch Time New York is fun for all the parties. The show is rather small. I spent most of the time, crushing free whiskies with Watch Nicholas, P-Cars, Dirk, and a few others. Oh, I mean, look, I saw Watch Nicholas there. I don't think he was happy to be on camera, but I saw him there, but that's what it's all about. I mean, you guys, not only come on the streams and you have a chat and you talk about watches and, but you also, spend money. Let's be honest. You also go out there and spend money and fly around the world and meet up with people. And, for those of us that can't do it, it's great to watch. It's a voyeur experience. It's the next best thing to being there. Rather than somebody just coming on and going, hey, we had a great time at Watch Time New York. And it's not about the watches. You know what I mean? Like, sure, you can go there and have a look at some nice watches and whatever. But it's all about, friendship and spending time with each other and, spending time with people that have got obviously, similar likes and dislikes and, interest in the hobby and all that sort of stuff. So I think these meetups are fantastic. And I agree. The Watch Time New York, a UK one, which D I thought did a really good job. He even went to the bro house and looked after everybody, which is a little bit, above and beyond. I love watching all that sort of stuff. What else we got? 10. That's why for me that AC3 isn't that kind of deflated. Yeah, sorry. It's kind of deflated. It's like going to dinner with a D-grade celeb versus going to dinner with nobody's, Yeah, look, I understand your point. And it'd be great to see him there. You know what I mean? Look, he loves traveling. Let's not be, he can't not love traveling because he does a lot of it. Is he the best at Gonzo streaming? No, but when he goes to places like Watch Time New York and the UK watch show and all that sort of stuff, everybody else is streaming. The pressure's not on him. He can just hang out. He can see all these people that he talks to, and he's friends with them offline as well. It's good for him to catch up. Like him and Bear, were hanging out, and it was good to see. So I really like watching it. I'm not sure whatever I know there's some complaints about people didn't like it or they thought it was boring, but for me personally, I loved it. I thought it was great, and I'd like to see a lot more. So, what do you do? There's some benefits there. Yeah, well, I mean, the benefit, like you said, Dan, is that he does make money on those big trips. You know, Scratchy, if I'll just go quietly and see the people on the floor, and then I'll just do my own thing on the night. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the advantage you've got. You can go there and you can have, be loud and have a bit of a bender like I mean that bender that what was it, Captain Gary the Gangster and Jamie Opulence, or mate, even watching them afterwards, it was hilarious. And what do you call it? Jamie falling asleep with the pizza on him on his chest. But even just when you're a bit of a fly on the wall and you're just watching everybody, you know, eating and whatever, even though you're not part of the conversation or you can really hear most of the conversation. Yeah, well, look, I've said it a number of times. I really like it, so I'd like to see a lot more of it. And it's a shame that he can't go, but hopefully next year he will be able to go. What's this? No, give me 2 ficas and I'll give him a jammed one. Yeah. Watch Nicholas. How you going, Watch Nicholas? I haven't seen you on here. How you going, mate? What's this? Lies? What's the lies? I don't know what you're talking about. Is this what he's talking about? Those 510s jammed very cactus? I don't know what he's talking about. You want a link? Yeah, let me give you a link. If anybody wants to jump on, anybody's welcome. Yeah, I'm happy to talk to anybody. There you go. Watch Nicholas. I'm joking with you, Tan. Sorry. Thumbs up from Watch Nicholas. There you go, Watch Nicholas. You can be blue. Why not, mate? Everybody's welcome here. I don't want all the hassles. We're like Switzerland here. 10. It was fun last year, Scratchy. Lots of good people. This year, I'm hearing there's a lot of people that may not be there. Actually, I don't know. I was I watched JJ's show, and he was saying that there seems to be a lot of interest in it. I'd assume there's a lot more Americans that are interested because it's easier for them to get there. But yeah, he was suggesting that there's still a lot of interest. Maybe not from the international community, but yeah, I guess everybody can't go every year. It's great expense going to America. Although Archie picked the worst hotel. How could you pick it, mate? I couldn't pick a hotel and be sharing a toilet with, 6 other people. And he was still paying. I think wasn't he saying that he was paying $500 a night? I mean, that was insane. $500 a night and you can't have your own toilet. But okay. JJ and I were both recruiting last year. Him from his crowd and me from ours, and we were invited. Watch Nicholas's people to the dinner. Jack Brooks, P. Cars, Watch Nicholas, and others joined us. Yeah, that's right. I mean, off memory, there was probably, I don't know, 40 or 50 people there at that stage. Yeah, so there was a good turnout, and Gary the Gangster come from England, and Jamie come from Spain, and there was a lot of people that that came. Maybe not everybody can come each year, but if they're the big events and everybody wants to come, I like it. So, Sugar Kitty, shared toilet. What the fuck? That's not a hotel in New York. They don't do that. That means it's a shelter. No, I think he called it. Was it Pod 51? I think he something like that. I think it was Pod 51. And yeah, so you know, I don't know anything about New York or what Pod 51 is, but you know, that was it. He had no toilet. Yeah, I invited JB Oglitz last year, and he was worried about Bear not wanting him there. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a beef between them. I cleared it off with him, and they all had a good time. Yeah, well, that's right. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of arguments that people are having, you know, on the stream and all that sort of stuff. But when you're face to face and all that sort of stuff, you know, all that rubbish goes away. You know what I mean? It's all by the by, and hopefully, you know, if people can get on there, then they can get on later on in the you know, in the real world, I guess. Here we go. What's this? Are the odds good on Jamie going to watch Tom New York this year? To be honest, Jamie's been. I think he's had a bit of a break from the streams. I haven't seen him on any of the streams, me personally. I'm sure, you know, like because he's got a lot of friends in the community, and he's chatting with them offline. Because I remember even Lux the other day where he sent him a message about um, Sirocco, and he already said that he already knew. So he's clearly in touch with, you know, people from the community, and yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, you don't have to go every year. You know what I mean? You can have a year off and you know, or choose to go to another show throughout the years. You don't have to go to every show. And which probably adds to a little bit of the excitement too. You know what I mean? Like you're seeing different people go each year. So Jay Gray, I'm not sure if he had it planned, but I think it's going through some shit at the moment. Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. I hope things are going well for him. What's this? Scratchy, I might fly in on the Saturday and head out on the Sunday morning. Would be nice to see Hoff, JJ, and a few others. I like Mr. Zoso and the captain. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, and that's the thing. A lot of people did go a couple of days beforehand and did stay, you know, a day or two after. It wasn't just the watch show. I mean, really, if you looked at a lot of the footage, there wasn't much of the watch show at all. It was all about the dinner, and it was all about, you know, walking through Times Square, and you know, people streaming, you know, different parts. Obviously, there's private dinners and all that sort of stuff. And you know that the watch community or the watch colony. I know it's called the community channel now. All those people, I think, will be a bit more. I don't think the word welcomed would be appropriate, but you know, like more involved with all that sort of stuff. So, you know, that'll add another dimension to it, and you know, can't be a bad thing. So, uh, what's this? Wear your JJ sweater shirt again, tan. He appreciated that last time. Yeah, remember he had jumpers, and didn't he have with a like cleaning cloths for your watch that he'd done up when he was handing them out. Bit of merch goes a long way. So yeah, look, you know, like I said, I really enjoy that sort of stuff. It's probably not for everybody, but you know, I really liked it. What's this here? Yeah, he had branded cleaning cloths. Yeah, I remember that branded cleaning cloths. Yeah, the JJ Hangout cleaning cloth, and a few people had one, and I saw he gave one to Archie. Marcelo's gift bag was actually well done too. Yeah, I saw that on the UK watch show, and he had all the names on the T-shirt. I thought that was, mate. He could sell that. You know, if he sort of had the energy and and put all his members and all these valued people on there, he could sell that shirt. I'd buy one. I thought it was great. So I'm not sure what else was in the pack, but I really liked the shirt. Archie and OC basically took $600 worth of luxury and Mason chocolates. Well, wasn't Jock complaining about Archie took all the marzipan, took all the marzipan, and then sat there in Shenzhen eating it, like it was his last meal. So once you see it, date or no date sub. For me, no date sub, which mind you is just called the sub, and then the other one's called the date sub. But yeah, for me, 100% the no date sub. Archie taking it makes no sense, but OC. What? Archie taking it makes no sense, but OC. I'm not sure what that means. OC was eating more chocolate than Lux. That's not possible. Straight up, not possible. Lux eats, copious amounts of chocolate. I mean, he ate that marzipan from Higgy, mate. Presumably, most people would take days to eat it. He ate it in about 20 minutes. But, give it to Lux. He's not shy from telling you he loves his chocolate, and he eats a lot of it. Although he says that he's starting to cut down, so which is only a good thing. Watch Nicholas stress eating. Yeah, that's probably true. Although it was funny when he was not only stress eating, didn't he? He opened a bottle of Penfolds and then checked it up, and it was worth $1,700 for the bottle or something. And he said that the lady of the house wasn't happy. I bet she wasn't happy at a $1,700 bottle. So, look, if nobody else is going to jump on with me, I'll post the link one more time. And here we go. Hey, mate, how you going?
Yeah, not bad, Scratchy. Thought I'd say hello.
Yeah, mate, appreciate it. How you been?
Yeah, not bad. I have my boys every other weekend. I've got them at the moment. But yeah, I've managed to kick them out to play for a little bit.
Oh, okay. How old are they?
One's 8 and the other one's 12.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, still a lot of work at that age.
Yeah, they both like watches, though.
Pardon?
They both like watches.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, the youngest one
more expensive for you.
Yeah, the youngest one's got quite expensive tastes.
Oh,
he likes the meteorite Pepsi, and his favourite one's the Patek Philippe 5470p. He likes anything to do with red and blue. He's into Spider-Man.
Oh, he's in the Spider-Man.
Yeah, he said it's not a Pepsi, Dad, it's a Spider-Man. That's what he calls the GMP.
Well, if nothing, he knows good watches.
Yeah.
What about the other one? He's into it too?
Yeah. I've got him a Swatch to start with. He's into green, the other one, so he likes the Hulk, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah. And he likes the pistachio. You know the pistachio Breitling, the B09.
Yes.
He likes that one as well.
Oh, okay. It's a nice colour green, that actually. I
I
really
do like
it.
that one myself.
Yeah. Here's one for you, mate. Skyzen was having the beautiful ladies at BQ Watches bring him the finest gold Rolexes from the safe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you
And
with
that,
the lady.
and the mill sub as well that me and Tam both got to see at Spencer's. Spencer's got a 1972 mill sub. I think it's a 5517.
Oh, I know the 5513.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can have a look at it. What's that? Rolex 5517 sub.
Mill subs. Yeah, that old 5513 as well, I think.
Yeah, here it is. Let me see. Here's a picture. Let me see if I can share this. I'm still learning, mate. So give me a second.
It all takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So
yeah, it was issued to the SAS and SBS during the 1970s.
Oh, okay.
Before they went over to the CWC watches.
Yep, hang on, let me get rid of this. Oh, okay. And they're quite rare, are they?
Yeah, about 250,000.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not 100%. I think there was 1,000 issued to the British Armed Forces.
Yeah.
And a lot of them got destroyed, and people turned them back to normal subs because they didn't like the broad arrow hand on it.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So, yeah, I don't know the actual figures, but I think there's only about a couple of hundred floating around now, so they hold big money. A bit like the Comex, the Comex ones they do, which you can get the seats
I've seen the Comex ones. Yeah, I've seen the Comex ones. But I've never heard of this one.
Yeah,
because I'd like for me, for a birth year is the 5513. That's what I know about that one. But they made that over. I think it was from, I don't know. I want to guess from 1970 to 1980 something. I think it was a
89. It was
89.
mid-60s. Mid-60s, because you had a
mid-60s.
512, which was the 512, which was the chronometer version, and then you had the 513, which was the slightly cheaper non-chronometer one, because Roger Moore had that one in his first two Bond films. And tell a lie, so did George Lazenby in on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, the 5513 is quite a famous sort of watch, but yeah, obviously because it went for so.
Yeah, they're not a bad price still. Yeah,
I saw him
them on
I saw him going for, like, in Australian dollars, like anywhere between sort of 25 and 50,000 bucks. Depending on condition, of course.
Yeah, in the UK, it's stayed from about 10 to about 35. Because you still get the odd ones at Box and Papers, but they're rare as.
Yeah. Well, 35 for you was pretty much double our money, so that's nearly $70,000 here. Skies, and they also had a SSR Submariner Special Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah, reconnaissance. I had them pull up one out of the safe for me too. Wow. I don't know what that one is. Let's have a look at that one then.
Yeah, because they have special engraving. That one's got special engraving on the back, I think.
So
I don't think Spencer sold it either yet. If you go on the BQ website.
Let me see if I can. I'm just having a look. Why can't I find it? Let me look in
Go on BQ's website because I think Spencer's still got it for sale at the moment.
All right, hang on. BQ watches, Rolex and Mariner. Oops. Here we go. Here. Yep. Buy.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can find Submariner. You'd have to go from oldest to newest, you'd assume.
Yeah, because Spencer's now got James Downing doing authentication with a paper.
Oh, okay.
Because he's done a couple of books, hasn't he, James Downing, on Rolex over the years. I think it's like the UK's. There it is with the NATO on.
This one.
No, one next to it, the grey NATO.
That's it there, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. £175,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's have a couple of pictures of it. And it's on a NATO. Did it come with a NATO? Or just the bracelet's probably deteriorated over the years?
I'm not 100% sure on that one.
You can't see the back. Oh, hang on. There you go.
Yeah, they got fixed lug bar as well, I think.
Oh, do they? No, they look like a spring bar there. I don't know. But this is for the armed forces, isn't it? This arrow?
Yeah. Yeah, the special reconnaissance.
Yeah, wow. It's what's it say? Charge fence. Yeah, there you go. Relates to the Royal Navy NATO stock number, issue date 1974, and the famous property of the UK government broad arrow logo. So, wow. Yeah, I never even knew about that. So, whoop, go back too far. Go back to oldest and newest. But is that's the RRS one he was talking about? Yeah.
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 Okay. Yes, SSR. Yeah.
No. Yeah. No. Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's quite a rare piece. It's like when you start digging in at the subs.
Yeah.
You start to learn. There's a new book coming out as well, Scratchy, on submariners. It comes out at the beginning of October. I've just pre-ordered it on Amazon.
Right.
It's £100 UK, and I managed to get it for £89 on Amazon.
Oh, that's all right.
So yeah, looking forward to getting that. I'll come on and unbox the book. It's got some really. I can't remember who the author is, but he done a debate with George Bamford.
Yeah.
On
maybe
on Rolex submariners, yeah.
100 different types of submariners. I'm just looking.
Yeah, it's called Oyster Perpetual Submariner by Nick. I can't remember his last name.
No, okay. Let me see if I can find that.
It's been in all the, the like publications. They've all done articles on it.
What was it called?
Borello. Perpetual, what's a perpetual Submariner? Because I'm on my phone, I can't even go on other pages like myself to pull it up.
That's all right. So if, oh, here it is. Jesus, I think this is it. Let me see if I can find. Present screen share. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one. It looks. If you're into your subs, it's definitely one to get for the coffee table, as they say.
Yeah.
How much is that in Australian?
$229.10. But you
Flipping
save
heck.
$70. You save $70.
No, I got it for £89, which say £90. So that's like double,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's roughly
About-
double. So that's about $180.
Yeah, about 180. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably a
Yeah,
little
that
bit
was with
more.
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, this is called the Nile. Let me see if Amazon have got it. No, it's not popping up on Amazon. But yeah,
It might only
there
be
you go.
for UK Amazon. But yeah, like on the articles I read about it, the illustrations are really nice. Goes into like the in-depth of how the triple valve lock works on the crown.
Right.
And like they segmented it and done like illustrations where you can see all the little valves and extra bits. And obviously it's going to start with like your 65 38s and is it the 6200?
Yeah, well, it just says here that, it'll be a wide range of full history of the legendary Rolex Oyster Perpetual Submariner watch. First of the series to take a deep dive into the watch of an iconic brand. Yeah, well, I might have to look at that.
Yeah, tickled my boat. Even Captain last night went on a JJ, like Captain come on JJ's, and I mentioned that I pre-ordered it. So he went and pre-ordered it straight away on Amazon as well, which was quite funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a cheap book, but yeah, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, because I prefer the non-date. It's not actually called a non-date. Technically, you meant to call it a Submariner, and
Yeah, it's a
obviously you say Submariner date.
Yeah,
for the
correct.
date version.
Yeah.
Because they pulled me up when I went in the ADs about it.
Exact same thing. I said the exact same thing. I said, "Oh, listen, I'm interested in having a look at the Submariner no date, right?" And he goes, "Mate, that's the Submariner, and then the other one's a Submariner date."
Exactly.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, thank you." Yeah, so he was a bit, but I really I like divers watches anyway. That's why I bought the Pelagos. I just find them, for me, a bit more useful. Swimming in the pool and just knockabout sort of watch. Takes a bit more than a dress watch, and I'm not really a dress watchy person, as in I don't go to, I'd probably use it.
Because the vintage ones are 37 and really slim as well, like the 6.5 3/8 or 37mm sub.
Yeah, that's right.
Obviously, Tan knows a lot more than us about it.
Oh, for sure, mate. Everybody knows more about it than me. I'm just a beginner.
We're like playing catch up.
Yeah, mate. I'm happy to play catch up. You know what I mean? I don't pretend to be an expert. But for me, at least I get to learn something each day, even like this. You know what I mean? No date sub was surprised by bogans like Archie.
That's what life's about, though. If you don't learn something new every day, your brain stops progressing. I try and learn something new every day, like trying to read things and learn more about watches.
Yeah.
Because the subs
Yeah.
I really like. I
Yeah.
like the 5513 because it's my birth year, 72.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
But I don't like
So
the
what year were
plates.
you born?
I was born in 72.
Oh, me too. There you go.
Same as Archie and the same as Marcelo.
Yeah, and Archie's Archie's the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly a good year. The wine was flowing.
Yeah. But champagne wasn't, though, because when I checked about getting some champagne for one of my birth, I think it was my 21st,
Yeah.
it weren't a good year for champagne.
Oh, okay.
The 71 or the 73, but the 72 was a crap year, I found
Oh,
out.
okay. It doesn't matter, mate.
But yeah, I like the one that came after the 11406. Oh, no, the 14060
Yeah, yeah.
that run from 89 to early 2000s.
Yeah, that's the pre-ceramic, is that, if I'm correct? Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go the 89 to 97, you can still get with tritium loom. So you can get the discolouring in the loom.
Yes, yes.
Right.
But doesn't it
That's
has
what I really like.
It has the T at the bottom or something for tritium, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It says T-Swiss.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I remember that part.
The thing is, if you get one and send it off for service, you've got to be careful that they don't change the dial out for like the Super Luminova Nova loom.
Oh, what, they'll actually take the dial out, will they?
Yeah. Yeah, if they say, oh, you need to have a dial change, you've got to be careful.
Oh, okay. Well, that comes to that new that thing that John P from Delray watches. Well, he's not from Delray Watches anymore, but he was saying that that new chip that they want to bring into into Rolex, to track everything, and then you can write it, in the app or whatever, exactly what you want, and don't take the dial or don't polish it or whatever, and everything's in complete writing, and that way there's no no mistakes, no misinterpretation on telephones, and all that sort of stuff. So look, it's good in one way, but I don't know how quickly Rolex will bring that sort of technology in. They've never been the quickest of innovators, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
I know with the new service cards, you can scan them on your phone on the NCC, whatever it's called.
Yep.
And it brings up the details of your service card.
Yeah, well, he was talking about, and he seemed to be a little bit vague on it, but essentially what he was saying, that he thinks that they'll put the this NF chip or whatever inside the watch somewhere, and it'll prove the provenance and the authenticity of the watch and whatever. But I can't see why somebody can't just open it up and remove it or take it or whatever.
And still do a Frankenstein with the hands and dial, can't they? Still.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's the one risk of going with vintage is you don't want to be done with a Frankenstein, do you?
Yeah, well, that's right. And you've really got to once you talk vintage, mate, you got to know your stuff. You got to know everything about that watch. Like little things like the hands and
it's like the feet first and meters first dials, isn't there?
Yeah. What's this from Tan? Scratchy, I'm enjoying the Explorer 40. Yeah, I saw he got that. Congratulations. Also, no date. I like the dates on my pieces, but I don't mind ones in the collection for symmetry. Yeah, look, to be honest, you can see the date on your phone. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of the Cyclops, to be honest. I know that the old Sea Dweller never had a Cyclops, and then they decided to put it on there. but I really don't like the Cyclops, and that's probably,
No.
to be honest, that's probably the main reason that I wouldn't get a date. It's not so much the date function. It's the Cyclops. I don't like.
Yeah, that's what I find is the Cyclops just totally ruins the symmetry of the watch.
Yeah. Like even with the Pelagoses that me and you both have, it's got the date on it, and it's sort of slightly off the symmetry, but it's not that bad. But the Cyclops is, I
find it intrusive is the word I'd say.
Yeah. It's just too much in your face. Yeah. And I just don't need it. I just don't like it. You know what I mean?
I've read that some people can take the Cyclops off because it's glued on the outside of the.
Yeah, I've heard that, and and I've seen them do it on. I've got that Seiko King Turtle. It's also got the Cyclops. And you see people, taking the movement out. Some not even taking the movement out, and they heat it with a, blowtorch of some sort, and then they, sort of knock it off, and you seem to be able to polish the, sapphire glass in it. You never know it's there, but I wouldn't be doing that with a Rolex. I'll tell you right now.
It's one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Like you're risking a lot on big money to be doing something like that. But
because the ceramic the 40mm ceramic now you can get under retail now, like on the used market in the UK.
What, brand new unworn?
Not brand new unworn, but say like from a 2010 to a 2020, the 40mm. But obviously it went to the 1.2 then.
Yeah, that's.
But even they're like nine grand now. Cheapest one I've seen on.
That's £9,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, it's.
I've been tracking one at the moment on eBay that's going for 8 at the moment. And it's still got offers.
Oh, okay.
So I still don't think we've seen the full correction yet, especially in the used side of the market.
Well, there's so many out there, isn't there? Just type it in a Chrono 24 and watch the 1,000 pages jump up. And it comes down to how desperate people are to sell it.
Obviously, you've got people that have bought in the hype of the market, still thinking their watches are worth hype money, and they're not, are they?
Well, that's right. I mean, it was unprecedented prices, wasn't it? They've never been that high before. So it's, the correction now has come down. And if you bought at the height of the market, you're gonna have to keep that watch for a long time before you even going to get your money back. But then again, what do? You weigh up the experience of being able to wear that watch for the last couple of years, and versus what you're going to get back for it. But as to Patel, the Explorer 40, I really like that as well.
Definitely better. The 40 is definitely better than the 39 that they brought out.
Yeah, I never saw this. I only saw pictures of the 39. And funny enough, I really like in the 39. Oh no, not the. I'm thinking about the 39 perpetual. They had the grape. The grape.
The grape was the perpetual.
Yeah, I really like that. But I haven't seen the 39. I saw the 40 at the AD, and it looks good. I mean, actually, I even tried on the Oyster Perpetual 41 in the AD, the silver dial with the gold hands.
Mate,
I really like that as well. But If I got if I got to pick one watch, I'd rather get the sub.
Exactly. Because I had the same experience as you when I went. They tried offering me the Yachtmaster, like the rhodium dial and the blue dial Yachtmaster 40.
Yeah.
Earlier you're saying about, they said, oh, you got more chance of getting the Yachtmaster 40 than the sub.
Yeah. He told me it was 5 times easier to get the Yachtmaster. And he was really trying to talk me into it. But I just said to him that, I'd prefer the sub. And he's like, I'll put you on the list for this. And I said, mate, I don't want to waste your time. Do you know what I mean? Nor do I want to cop a phone call at some point and then me say, I don't want it. I said, I'd rather just, put my name down for what I want. And, if I'm ever lucky enough to get it, so be it. And then he pretty much told me to, look at the grey market.
My one was a bit more helpful than that when I did mention about the Submariner.
Yeah.
Because they started to come through a bit more now since the flippers are out the market.
Oh, okay. Well, I think historically the sub has always been hard to get, hasn't it? I don't think you've ever been able to just walk in and grab one.
GMT's always been their hardest one to get, even when the Daytona first came out.
Well,
Because
when the Daytona first came out, didn't they say they were giving them away with other watches or something? I reckon they were.
You ever seen the Antiques Roadshow where he's got the Daytona, the American bloke, and he said, I wanted a GMT, but I couldn't get one, so they offered me the Daytona at discount.
Yeah, is that the one where he bought it when he was in? He was placed overseas somewhere in Germany or somewhere.
Yeah, in the military. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. And he still had the original paperwork, and I think he even had the original receipt with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that one. Bloke with a beard.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I did see that. Yeah, from 10, sub's still pricey for many. That's why I think the Explorer is still good value for money in a Rolex. Yes and no. Look, for me, I like the sub, don't get me wrong. And the only reason you would buy the sub is for the dial. But as essentially, you're paying, it's an Oyster Perpetual with a different dial. And for the privilege, you're paying in Australian dollars about $3,000 extra for that dial. I don't know if that's great value, but it's a great watch. I really like it.
It's just over £8,000 in the UK now for a sub, like from the AD.
Yeah, so that'd be similar to here. Like the no date sub here is, I think it's about 14 and a half. And then if you want the date sub, it's about 15 and a half. There's about, $800 to $1,000 difference. So, yeah, that'd be, similar value to you guys.
I just can't believe how much have gone up in the last couple of years, though. When I first started looking, it was only like 6.5.
Yeah, I agree. When I put my name down originally in 2021, I think it was October 2021. I want to say that it was something like, high 11s, like 11,900 or something. And now it's 14 and a half. And at one stage I think they did two price hikes in a year.
Yeah, that was 22 they done that, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think they did one sort of mid-year and then on the 1st of January again. So hopefully they slow that business down. With hopefully with the market sort of not dropping, but the demand dropping a little bit, they might they might stop with the price hike so much. But Scratchy, that was always the point. The Explorer was a commemorative model, different design, and that was where people were paying for. The dials do make a difference, even with the AP range itself. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100% I agree. And that's why you are paying, more money for it. I just, I don't know if it's worth $3,000 more money. You know what I mean? But, I do like the Oyster Perpetual. I mean, the Oyster, the Explorer, sorry, more than the Oyster Perpetual. And would I pay the extra $3,000? I probably would, to be honest. Yeah, I really like the 6, 3, 6, and 9 on there too. And I'm a bit of a Loom fan, so that makes it even better. Here we go. Yeah, what's that?
I think it's going to be a big year next year because it's 80 years for the Jake Dust.
For the Jake Dust, yeah, 80 years. Yeah, but they got so many Jake Dust. What are they going to do special for that? I mean, hopefully they do, but
they discontinued the dials this year, didn't they? Like the motif dials.
The motif, yeah.
I was on the wait list for the green motif, but obviously it got delayed. It got discontinued. Yeah. And obviously next year it'll be the 80th anniversary. Because Rolex gifted Winston Churchill one of the original date justs in 1945. Really? Yeah, after the end of the Second World War. Yeah.
No. Oh. Yeah, I never heard that before, but that's cool. Here's Brian. No date tub in Sydney AD is 14.65. Yeah, I knew it was something like 14.5. And when I got on the waiting list in 21, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, 11, late 11s. Yeah, so I agree. I was about right. What else we got? Patrick B, one of the best of the GMTs around. Are they just having a conversation about the Coke? Had the 16710 Coke and got the extra Pepsi insert from the AD. Well, you can't do that anymore, can you? I heard
that.
No,
that's right, mate.
Well, when Higgy was doing it, and I thought it was a great little trick that he gave, was that if you go now and say, I want a Pepsi bezel, they'll take your old bezel and keep it. So what he did
never used to, did they?
No, they never used to. They'd give it back to you. But what he said is the way of getting around it now is take it to them with the bezel off it and say you lost the bezel, but I want to buy a new bezel and I want the Pepsi one. And they'll sell you, put the Pepsi on your new one and you've still got the old one. I thought that was a great trick.
Yeah, because back in the day, you could get a bezel swap for about 40 quid in the UK on the GMTs. So you could have Pepsi, Coke, or the black light.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But even now, if you want a dial swap, don't they? They'll keep the other dial. I don't think they're giving any parts back.
No, nothing now.
So yeah, I guess the same sort of trick would apply. Just go and put an aftermarket bezel in there, and then go to Rolex and say, I want this bezel. And if they take the aftermarket one, who cares?
Not lost that, then, have you?
Yeah. Although they'll probably come up with somebody else has touched this watch, we're not touching it. Who knows?
Just say I bought it like that, yeah, on the used market.
Yeah, but
that's why I'll do it.
Who knows? They might turn around and say, "No, we're not touching it." You know what I mean? And I don't think you can just buy the bezels on their own anymore. I think they've stopped all that. But that's also to stop the grey market and all the independent watch dealers. It's not just I think the byproduct is affecting the customer. I think their main reason for doing it is to stop the grey market, and to stop the independent watchmakers.
Yeah,
Which
that's what
I
Alex was
can't
saying,
see
wasn't it?
advantage in it. Pardon?
That's what Alex was saying from Perpetual Time, that the Rolex parts are getting harder to source now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've heard that before. Yeah, that they're harder to get, which is just going to put people like himself not out of business. I mean, he can transition to you know other models or whatever, and I'm sure there's a lot of these parts already floating around. But if you can simply just buy it from Rolex, if you can get a certification or whatever and buy it straight from them, I can't see the problem.
No, it's like I used to work for Folds back in the day, and they'd make more money out of spare parts than what they would
Yeah,
actually out of selling a car. And
yeah,
I got the parts department to build a car from scratch, ordering every part for it was a Ford Escort,
right.
and it was like £9 to buy the car, 27 grand to buy the car in parts.
Oh wow. Yeah, but then you got
So
labour on top of that, unless you can put it together yourself.
exactly. So it's a lucrative market to sell parts.
Yeah. Well, look, like here in Australia, we had Holden and Ford, right? Well, for that matter, we also had a Toyota plant here. All three of them bugged out of Australia, but Toyota continued overseas, and obviously Ford, but Holden essentially just stopped. And when they went out of business, I think they had to sign a contract with the government, because the government gave them a lot of money to prop up the motor industry in Australia, and I think they had to sign some sort of agreement to say that, I want to say it's 10 or 15 years that they would continue to make brand new parts, like genuine Holden parts, for the cars. So, I think they were happy to do that because obviously they make a lot of money off the parts,
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, same
but
thing
yeah,
happened with Saab when they
well,
see they had to guarantee, I think it's 10 or 15 years, the part supply.
yeah. Well, a lot of their, wasn't a lot of their parts Audi parts?
They were GM parts.
Oh, GM
Yeah,
parts, were they?
Opel. Yeah, Opel is Vauxhall in the UK, Opel in Europe, and obviously GM owned them, didn't they?
Hmm. I just remember here in Australia, the Saab, was it the Saab 9000? I want to say it was something like that.
Yeah, and the 900.
900, was it? Yeah, they used to get stolen everywhere because they used to have an Alpine, radio deck in it, which was apparently the best at the time, and everybody was stealing them just for the radios. And
Here
then
in the UK, we used to have a thing called a Vauxhall Nova, and all you had to do was take the hazard warning switch out, swap it around, and the car would hotwire itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was at one point that was the most stolen car in the UK. Little Vauxhall Nova.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, these Saabs, I don't think anybody was actually, they were just breaking into them and stealing the radio out of them. Because it had that Alpine radio system built in it, like a 9-stacker or something. They had a stacker thing in the boot. You could stack all the CDs in it.
Yeah, the old multiplayers.
Yeah, mate. They were, everybody. I had an uncle who had one, and I think his car got broken into 3 times, and he said he just got rid of it. He was just sick of it, people breaking into it.
I remember them when we used to went to the pull-out stereos. Do you remember them? The old pull-out tape players.
Yeah, and then
Then they changed the face off, didn't they?
The face off. Yep. You just took the face out of it.
Yeah. It used to be a nightmare walking around with a great big stereo.
Yeah. Well, most people would pull it out and then just stick it under the seat or stick it in the boot or whatever because they didn't want to walk around with it, and it was defeated the purpose, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Patrick B says the same thing. Remember the removal of faceplate stereos? Yeah. I mean, they were easy to walk around with, and it's all right if you had a girlfriend or a wife at the time. You'd go whack that in your handbag. But yeah, when you had the whole unit, people would just pull them out and stick them under the seat or put them in the boot, and
And that was where the first place a thief would go and look is in the boot or under the seat or in the glove
that's
box.
right. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. It just depleted the whole purpose.
The object, didn't it?
Yeah. So, and what else has been happening, mate? Anything new?
No, apart from the book, that's about it. I'm trying to save hard to get the sub, as I say.
Mm.
So I'm like a big James Bond freak.
No, okay.
Ever since watching Goldfinger, and he's got the sub on the NATO. That's where I got my love for dive watchers from.
I've always loved dive watchers. I've always been a dive watcher. Like pretty much all the watches I've got are dive watchers. Even that new cheap Seiko that I'm looking at is, for the boat is a dive watch. They're just more for me. They're just more rugged. In Australia, like I got a pool out of the backyard, jump in the pool. You just, I just don't have to worry about them so much, and I'm not a suit and tie bloke as such. So, and these days, a dive watch, I know people go, it doesn't go with a suit and tie. These days, nobody cares. Everybody's pretty casual with that sort of stuff.
I think Sean Connery proved that in '64 with Goldfinger when he had the tuxedo on.
Yeah, but when you watch these reviews, they're like, "Oh, a dive watch really doesn't go with a suit and tie." What is it? You need something smaller for under the cuff and all this sort of business.
But now you're getting people wearing dress watches with shorts and t-shirt. It doesn't really matter now, does it?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I saw a bloke in Sydney probably about a couple of months ago, and he was wearing. Actually, it was longer than a couple of months ago. It was probably about 6 months ago, and he was wearing shorts and t-shirt, and a pair of not flip flops. The boating shoes. The boating shoes. They don't wear socks with those boating shoes type of thing. Anyway, and he had a day date, full solid gold with the green dial. Just walking along Sydney with it. Now that's a full on dress watch, and he's wearing shorts and t-shirt. Looked like he just jumped off a sailboat.
Yeah, I think traditionality's gone out the window now with how you want to wear your watch.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is the same thing. Patel says, Skies and I was wearing the Protect with a hoodie in London. There you go.
Yeah, that's right. Tan had his well time.
Yeah. And Danny says, I was wearing, I'll just assume that's a day date with shorts and t-shirt. Yeah. Well, same as that bloke. You know what I mean? Danny, what are you doing without a wrench, Danny? Let's fix that up, Danny. Let's go there. There you go, Danny. Danny, Danny loves a daycare. Oh, that's a bit creepy. Scratchy, have you ever seen? Is that supposed to be Richard Mille? Not in person. I've never seen one in person. I've obviously seen the pictures. To be honest, for me, I'm not into them. I can see, some value in it, like with the materials they use and all that sort of stuff. But they're just not my type of watch. Scratchy, have you seen a Richard Mille in person or held one? Oh, yeah. No, never seen one. Yeah, no worries, Danny. We're always welcome, mate. Skyzen, mate, we've been on here 2.5 hours.
Good time to wrap up.
Yeah, time to wrap it up. I really appreciate you jumping on.
No, you're welcome, mate.
Mate, always welcome. And I'm going to try and do these shows sort of once a week, probably a Saturday night, you know what I mean? I started a little bit earlier tonight so that Ken could come on with me, because he starts his show a bit later. But, roughly on a Saturday night, I'll try to do a show. And you're always welcome, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. I think it's a good time slot you got here. It works well for me in the UK, being like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's good time for you guys?
Yeah. It's good time for Europe and UK.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I know Tan mentioned I can't remember I can't remember the time for you guys. Presumably it was at like a 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but that works out to be like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for me. It's just too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like trying to capture Curly's show or JJ's. It starts at like 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And then when I wake up at like 9, Curly's still going it. Do you know what I mean? And he's still going for a couple more hours after that. All right, Scratchy, I'll let you rest.
All right, well, thanks, mate. Thanks to everybody. Thanks everybody in the chat. I really appreciate it. Obviously, Tan, J Gray Sweater. There was Seb Nelly, Watch Nicholas, and all the others that I've missed. I can't go any higher. I'm not sure why not. Patrick B, Serty Danny, Brian Tony. I really appreciate everyone's support and just enjoying coming and participating in the chat. I really appreciate it. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.
Speak to you all soon.
Bye.
Bye, mate.